Are we recording already? Oh, you didn't tell me. All right. Anyway, so here I am. God bless everybody. My name is Pastor Anna, and this is something that, of course, my son thought was a fantastic idea. I happen to be a person that counsels a lot of people of all ages, and, married people, single, disturbed, undisturbed. You mention it, I've done it. Okay, but I love doing it. It's what I do. I've met awesome people over the years. I've been in ministry for about 18 years, and God has allowed me to be able to touch a lot of lives. And there's a lot of people I just haven't seen in a very long time. I have friends and family members because life is so busy and we all have so much to do. We don't get to interact with one another or share. And there's been people over the years that have fallen away, or people that still come to me that have fallen away and come to me for advice. And so I think this is a perfect way to just continue the advice. And even though we don't have time, I guess they could just turn on their laptop or their computer, whatever, and I can share a word with them. So I've been blessed. God has blessed me with the ability to be able to have that relationship with Him, and He's engulfed me with His word, and I've been able to give good, sound advice according to the word. Not myself, because in myself I have nothing to give, but in everything I give has to be from the Lord. But here I am, and so I'm just gonna give it the way it is. This is like raw. We're not doing any cut. Let's start over. None of that kind of stuff. So, if you see me stumble through my words, this is absolutely brand new to me. So you might find I make funny faces, and I may say certain things, and I'll say, well, wait a minute, I didn't mean that, I meant this. Okay, so y'all gonna bear with me, and we're just gonna have a good time. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have 3 children. Let me start from the oldest, which is right behind this camera. Is absolutely his idea, and he's wonderful and fabulous and talented in all of his ways. And so his name is Eduardo Diamond Ortiz, and he's been an incredible blessing. He's 32 years old, and he's very skilled, as you see. He's going to be putting this up on the net. Obviously, that's where you're going to see it. Okay. And I have my daughter that's 29, absolutely cute and beautiful as a button. Her name is Fallon Cruz Valentine. I'm sure you've seen her on Facebook. She's also incredibly gifted. I don't say that because they're my children. They actually are. Okay, so you can look them up on Facebook. You'll see for yourself. And I have my youngest, that's 15. He's still in school, and he's also an incredible, charming young man, handsome in all of his ways, also very talented, but yet still not, his talents are still not there because obviously he's still a young child. Well, I call him a child when he's a teenager. Okay, let me not embarrass him. He's a teenager. Okay, he's a teenager. And then I'm married. I have my husband. His name is Pastor Jose Velez. He's an incredible, ingenious man, very intelligent, very smart, and you'll also see him on Facebook, of course, with all his incredible, creations and ideas. He's amazing. You'll see for yourself as well if you want to look him up. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about myself and my life, and I'm just going to start like that, just to do an overview. I was born into a poor family. My mother is Maria Concepcion. My father is Adam Ortiz. He died a very long time ago. Very long time ago. But I was raised in a domestic violence home. My father had that very bad illness of hitting women. I'm sure that there's like multitudes of young children that are raised in that type of atmosphere, and I was raised in that atmosphere. My father never hit me, always very loving towards us, but was very violent towards my mother. So my mother did suffer a lot with him. So I came out of that environment, coming out that environment, I came out very angry. I took the approach that, I wasn't going to allow anybody to hit me. So, I was very angry, but very quiet. I was a serious introvert, I weighed maybe like 90 pounds. I was a skinny little thing, and then from there, I'm just going to go over very quickly just to share so I can give you a little bit of what I've been through and how I'm able to give some advice to some of the things that, the different aspects of life overall. So from there, my father also passed away. Well, he was murdered in the Bronx when I was 12 years old. So I lost my dad at 12 to the streets because he was murdered. And that was another form of anger for me as well. And so now it's just me and my mother and my two sisters. I have two sisters, which is Eva and also Pastor Ruth. And she's a pastor too. It's amazing what God does. But we'll go through all that as we go along. You're going to see how God works. It's amazing. So, but we were raised very poor. My mother struggled. She worked in a factory and we struggled. You know, when my father passed away, I found that I had to go to work. So my first job was at 13 years old in a fish market. I would go to school, go to the fish market, and come home smelling like fish. Totally, totally. But I learned one good thing. I learned how to cut fish. I learned how to clean it. I learned how to cook it. So maybe I'll invite you to dinner one day. Not, I don't think so. But we'll see. The other thing is that also, I continued working at the age of 15. I was working in a Burger King down by Penn Station. The Penn Station tunnel. I used to have to travel through that whole tunnel because I used to go to school. I had to go straight to work. And then from there, I used to close and wind up walking that Penn Station tunnel. And wall to wall was, homeless people, all over everywhere. And it was just a very, very scary time for me, but I just felt I had to do it because money was needed in the household. And I just did what I had to do, even at that young age, so I did that for a little while, And I continued working, and I worked, I guess, until my last son, that's for 15, was born. Thank God. And then I went on to do some entrepreneur stuff, but we'll talk about that too.